Because a woman who has two faces, a woman who's a two-sided bitch, needs a mirror on her front, a mirror on the back.
I don't understand. These girls wanted me to come looking like what? I don't want to look like, hey, sister, hey, my Minne, let me away, baby.
That is so tacky, distasteful. And for me, I'm just so disappointed, horrified, and disgusted.
Is someone going to bring a gun, a knife, a bomb?
You have to find me to come and apologize.
So you want to disrespect me in public and clear the air in private. That's what you want to do.
I was saying, let's
I mean, if the disrespect is
was
loud,
not,
the apology should be as loud as the disrespect.
I have no problem.
I couldn't believe actually that she even had the guts to do that. That's pretty bold.
Everything is fake. The woman is fake.
I am not turning you up. I'm just not going to be making part of this formation going forward.
Okay, so you're retiring?
Yes.
What is happening here? Well, first and foremost, will I be missing Dr. Maria on this show? Like, wait, I need to be sure. Dr. Maria. Wait. Like, will I be missing Dr. Maria? Dr. Maria will no longer be on the show. She has retired from the show. But will I miss her? I do not know. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Will you miss Dr. Maria being one of the housewives of Nairobi? Let me just know in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and hit that bell button. Also, as I've said before, drop your comments in the comment section. So Dr. Maria has announced that she will be retiring from the Housewives of Nairobi. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll talk about that when it's her time to talk about it. So now let's dive into today's episode of Keeping Up with the Housewives. Hey, so many things are happening. But let's start from somewhere. So today's episode starts with Sonal inviting her friend Andrew, I think, to come to her house because she's planning to actually do an event for the ladies, and her event is going to be the Clutter Party.
There's a really exciting idea for the 24th of this month.
Yes.
You know what? Let's give the ladies a declutter party.
When I first heard of that declutter party, in my head I'm like, this declutter party, I am assuming that so many shades will be thrown in this party, because when you say declutter, you're trying to declutter your fashion items, you're trying to declutter your mind, you're trying to declutter your spirit, your soul, everything around you. I'm guessing that is what decluttering is. So when she just said that declutter party, my head I'm like, this sounds interesting. This sounds like she purposely wants to bring drama to the show. But I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to cross my legs, cross my teeth, and just wait for this event to show. From the invite that we saw, we are seeing that Sonal knows what it means to actually host people. Like, I think Sonal is one person that is very particular about what she chooses, who she chooses, details. She's paid keen in attention to details. I think I like that about her. Her cat said a whole lot, even calling people her fashion, not really her fashion, her event planners to come and see, okay, this is what I want to do and this is what I don't want to do. Like, I love the way that she puts details into so many things that she does.
So when you choose someone,
It's Kempinski.
Kempinski is very nice, classy.
We are all about the class.
Exactly.
Yes.
It goes with your brand as well.
Yes, it does.
Then after having that brief meeting with her friend and her event planner, the next set of people we get to see is Dr. Maria. Dr. Maria actually went to meet her mentor, because her mentor, you know, basically your mentor is someone that mentees you, that directs you, that you look up to basically. So she went to meet her mentor and trying to tell her mentor, that she wants to open a clinic in Romania. Bear in mind that her husband is based in Minne. She's actually married to a Romanian guy, so she wants to open a clinic in Romania. So her mentor is actually very proud, so she has gone to her mentor to learn one or two things again. I think she wants to actually open a clinic in Nairobi, because it was not so clear, because her mentor was like, she wishes that she was coming to open the clinic in Nairobi. But at the same time again, we now see her trying to partner with Linton, I think is it Linton Clinic. So I don't really know whether she's actually planning as well to actually come down to Nairobi and set up things in Nairobi. I don't really know. That particular scene was not so clear if you ask me. Then the next set of people we get to see is Sonal. Sonal inviting her best friend, which is Susan. And you know that once Sonal and Susan are together, you know that gossip is bound to happen. So Sonal invites Susan to the house, and then they get to talk about the ride that they had last week, which was sponsored by Lisa, and how everything went, and trust Susan to always come out with all shades of shades. Like she now had to even bash Minne that what exactly was Minne wearing. Minne was looking like she was going to electrocute somebody. Her hair was red, her dress was red. It went like, hey Susan, it wasn't that bad. I don't know, but it wasn't that bad. She even went ahead to say she even had to go check the price of Minne's scarf, and it was 1,200. Like it was so cheap. Everything about her is cheap. And in my head I'm like, oh wow.
Red pants. It's like an electrocution. Did you see that red hair? Was it combed? She threw on her red wig and put a hat over it. A 1,200 bob hat. I'm just saying because I checked the price.
And then Sonal went ahead to tell Susan that, can you imagine, Minne calls and said that during your event I'm coming to throw shades. And Susan goes ahead to say, well, if she's bringing shade, you know I'm your best friend, I'll be all here for you. She cannot come and spoil your event and all of that, which I actually like, because you cannot just decide to come and spoil somebody's event because we just want to spoil somebody's event. So now officially invited Susan to her event, which is the Clutter Party, and told her to come in her own self. Like the dress code was come in your own self, represent yourself, something like that, something of that nature.
If she comes at anyone at your event, if she does that, I'm going for her.
So Sonal was not really feeling herself. She was actually feeling very down. You could even see it from her countenance, like she was so down. I think it was basically what Minne said to her that actually weighed her down. Then the next day decided to burn incense, and while they were burning the incense, they decided to negativity, to people bringing bad energy, to Minne not bringing bad energy to the event. Basically, that was just what all the burning of incense was. And after burning the incense, she actually felt very good, because I was seeing her more energetic. So I was in the garden. She was actually trying to decide on what she's going to do with her flowers, her garden, and all of that. And then the next person that now drives in is Dr. Maria. And first and foremost, she's like, what is Dr. Maria doing here? Like, first, you did not communicate to me. You made me pay for hotel room. You did not tell me you were not coming for the event. Like, how rude can you be for this? And then Dr. Maria comes in and apologizes, comes with a very lovely white rose, apologizes and says, oh, she's so sorry about that she actually sent an email, an information to her. So basically, I think what happened is that Dr. Maria communicated to Lisa via their, how do I say, via their management team. So she spoke to the management, and the management should actually tell Lisa that she can't make it because she's not feeling so well. But Lisa did not get it. Obviously, the management team did not actually relate that to Lisa. So that bridge in communication actually happened. So they said, you know what, okay, we're going to exchange numbers, because they don't have their numbers. These women are women that do not even know themselves from anywhere. It's just the show that is bringing them together. So most times when they want to communicate, they have to communicate through the management team. So Lisa now said, okay, we're going to exchange numbers so there will be no bridge in communication next time. Then, although that said, Lisa was not still having it during her confession. She said, oh, that she's never going to invite Dr. Maria to any of her events again, because she feels that was so rude of her. She cannot just come and give her roses after 2 days. I feel like everything has been sorted out, that no, things are not done that way.
Always forgive somebody, because I think being the bigger person is very important, and I will never invite her to anything again. Never. She just doesn't appreciate whatever anybody's trying to do with her.
And then, because she gave the other ladies last week during the ride event a package or a parcel, she decided to also give Dr. Maria a parcel as well, actually, since she came to the house to apologize. And unfortunately, one of the cups or one of the gifts that she gave to Dr. Maria, Dr. Maria's name was misspelled. So instead of Dr. Maria, it was actually written Dr. Mania. So in my head, I like, trust Dr. Maria now to throw 1 or 2 subtle shades. She now said, is this really for me? And all of that. So that was where that one ended. And to me, I don't know how I felt about that particular scene. So that was how that scene ended. Lisa now escorted Dr. Maria to her car, and as I've said before, Lisa said she's not going to invite Dr. Maria to any of her events again because she feels it's so rude. And next thing we're seeing is Minne and Vera actually going for baby shopping things. Bear in mind that Vera is actually heavily pregnant, but Vera was like, I finished shopping most of everything I need for my baby, and she shopped them from abroad. But Minne is like, well, I know you shopped everything from abroad, but still, let me take you out and let me go and shop things for the baby, so the baby will know that he or she has rich auntie and all of that. So while they were there shopping, and one envelope came from somewhere and said, oh, I use so person, you have an invite, and then they look at the invitation. It's actually an invitation for the Clutter event hosted by Sonal. They looked at it and they were like, okay, we're going to be there. They also talked about the ride party or ride event that was hosted by Lisa, how it was, and they complained about the hotel, how the hotel, everything went all right until they went to the hotel and everything was like, wow, what is this? And after that scene, we now see Susan preparing and going out for a private dinner. I think that's how they even said. I think they said it's a private dinner, private secret dinner, something of that nature. So basically, she's going for a dinner that she doesn't know who she's going to see. So she was very scared that, is it my husband that's going to be hosting this dinner, that's hosting this dinner, or is it her ex? Because if it's her ex that's actually inviting her for dinner, she'll be very angry about that. More like a secret, I think it was, they called it a blind date, a blind dinner, something of that nature. I'm trying to remember what they called it, but let's leave it at blind dinner. So she was actually very not sure who was inviting her for this dinner, so she said, okay, let her just go. But she hopes, since it's a dinner, blind dinner, she's expecting that the thing will be romantic and all of that. On getting there was no flower, there was nothing romantic about dinner, and she was very, very disappointed. Even with myself, I'll be disappointed, because when you tell me I'm going for a blind date, in my head I'm like, okay, it's a guy that's asking me out and there should be flowers, everything should be romantic. That's what I'm guessing it should be now, right? Is that not what it is? Only for her to get there, the person that even invited her to the blind date is not there. She now sits down, was pressing her phone. Then the next person we see is Dr. Maria. When I'm like, what exactly is happening here? What is Dr. Maria doing here at this point in time? And then Dr. Maria comes in. Even she herself, Vera, was speechless. Like, she looked up because she was pressing her phone when Dr. Maria walked in. She was pressing her phone, she looked up, continued pressing her phone, now looked up again to be very sure. You know, this kind of thing that, no, maybe I'm dreaming. It cannot be it. She now said, are you the person that I'm having a date with? And Dr. Maria says, yes, I'm the person. She was very disappointed. I can just imagine how she was feeling after dressing up, maybe paying someone to do her makeup, her hair on fleek, and then she's now coming to see somebody, and it was even raining on top. I can just imagine how she would feel like, so this is what people made me do. That, as in, I left my house with my pregnancy like this. I even now made me sit down here with this girl. Well, so Dr. Maria was just trying to explain to her that, okay, she's sorry about what happened, that please can they have a conversation. And then Susan just went ahead to say, Vera went ahead to say, you cannot insult me in public and then you expect to apologize to me in private. It doesn't happen. It will not work. Like, if you insulted me in public, then you should go in front of the ladies and apologize to me. Not coming here organizing a dinner for the two of us, or a private dinner for the two of us, and expect that your apologies will work.
So you're the surprise.
Hi, how are you?
Are you the surprise?
Yes, I am the surprise.
So you want to disrespect me in public and clear the air in private. That's what you want to do.
No, Vera, have a seat. Let's
I
talk.
mean, if the disrespect is
was
loud,
not.
the apology should be as loud as the
I
disrespect.
have no problem with that. I have no problem whatsoever.
No, it doesn't work that way. Next thing is Vera picked her bag and she left. So while she was going, Dr. Maria was actually following her and saying, please just give me a minute to talk to you. At a point in time, I saw that Vera stopped. I was thinking that Vera was stopping to, okay, give her a listening ear. But next thing I saw that Vera just whacked. She just moved. She just entered her car and all that. And then Dr. Maria was like, she's trying her best. She just wants to make sure that everything is settled because she doesn't want to go to the next event and then there'll be chaos because of her and all of that. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but you started this whole drama. So anyhow she decides to react, I think you should actually understand her as well. You cannot start a drama and then when the other person you're bringing the drama to starts to act, you now feel, oh, the person is overreacting or the person is overreacting. No, you cannot control how someone reacts to how you reacted to them, if that makes sense. I don't know how far I can be pushed and what my breaking point is, and I felt it's safe right now to come out and not be in a situation where the tension escalates to levels where it goes out of hand and no one can have control over it. So I will not be meeting the ladies for this period. Also, it's winter time, so I have to go and make my snow. My village, everyone really nothing but good tidings from my heart and bye. And so that's how that scene ended. Then the next thing we're seeing is that Ace is down. There were other scenes that played out, which I feel were not so relevant. Also now going to meet her friend, telling her friend to come for the event as well, and all of that. So the next thing we're seeing is now the event proper. I have to say that the event was a whole lot. So now the ladies have come. Trust Lisa to always be the first person to arrive. Lisa is the first person to arrive, followed by Susan, who arrived second, and then we now see the host of the party, who is now Sonal, now comes in, and everybody's like, oh, welcome. So now gets to ask who is not here, and then first name they mentioned was Dr. Maria, and they were like, Dr. Maria is not here again. Like, this is the second time. She was not there for Lisa's event and now here. So Lisa decides to pick the food and call on Dr. Maria and like, babe, what's up? You're not here again. This is the second time. You'll be keeping us waiting. And Dr. Maria was like, sorry, I cannot come. I had a late evening and that's why I cannot come. Everybody was like, everybody's faces, they were like, what nonsense. Like, there was that their facial expression was that of disgust. Like, didn't you know you had an event today that you were saying the previous night was too hectic for you? So later on, she now said, don't worry, Lisa, I'm going to talk to you later. And then Lisa was like, okay. Then she said, okay, you know what, I'm actually retiring. I cannot be in the midst of these ladies anymore. I'm retiring from the show. And Lisa was like, Dr. Maria, why are you, like, you're retiring? She said yes. I said, okay, well, bye.
I am not setting you up. I'm just not going to be making part of this formation going forward.
Okay, so you're retiring?
Yes.
Retiring? You know you use the same words.
Romania is calling her back.
Quickly. Bye, bitch.
Next thing we now see is that Susan and all of them were very happy about it. They even cheered to it. They actually toasted to it, like, bye to whoever is retiring. That's Susan and Lisa actually did that toast, like, bye to whoever that decides to retire. So that was not having it. She actually broke down a little, but later they down cheered her up. Then the event went on. They decided to declutter. So they'll bring a paper, whatever you want to declutter, you write it down, then you burn it. Most of them were saying they're decluttering stress, they're decluttering negativity, all of that. So they're just burning it. Then the next person that now comes in is what's her name again? Vera walks in heavily pregnant, greets everybody, sit down, conversation continue. Then the belly dancer came, dance. After that whole dancing entertainment, they now went for the proper dinner, because actually a decluttering and dinner. So they now went for the dinner. Then after 7 solid hours, guess who now shows up? Minne shows up 7 hours late.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. 7 hours later. I couldn't believe actually that she even had the guts to do that. That's pretty bold.
She comes in looking fine. She comes in looking fine, and everybody's like, how can you be coming during their confessions? Like, how can you be coming 7 hours later? That is the height of disrespect. I say, people don't even know what they're talking. If it is Housewives of Lagos that when they're coming to somebody's house, not even an open place, they're coming to somebody's house like 9 hours late, what would you have said? So they came. So Minne now came in and now told Sonal that, oh, sorry, she's coming late, that she lost her father-in-law, and she now sat down. When she sat down, so now had to tell everybody that sorry, Minne is coming late because she just lost her father-in-law. And the next thing Lisa said is, how can you lose your father-in-law and still have the time to make up, to dress up like this and come for this event? Like, if it was her, she would not come. She would even cancel the event. Like, it doesn't show that she actually felt anything about the man that just passed away.
Maybe that is true, but you've had hours to do your hair, your makeup, and style yourself. You could have gotten here earlier.
Then next thing again, we are seeing in their confessions that, oh, why would she come late? It's better she had not even come, and all of that. That whole thing ended. Next thing, when they've gone back again to the lounge, and then it's now time for Minne to actually say what she's decluttering. She said she came with 3 mirrors. So initially she wanted to give 2 mirrors to Dr. Maria, but she has decided to give Dr. Maria 3 mirrors. One so that she can look in herself, and then the second one in front of her. The second one should be behind her, then the third one should be beside her, so that she can see. How did she even put that herself? So I'm just going to put a clip of what she actually said.
The mirror on the side so that she can see herself from each and every angle.
So it was just so funny. Then the next thing that Sonal was not even having any of it. So now I went there to ask her, can I ask you, most of the guests here actually asked the same question. I'm really worried that if you lost your father-in-law, how were you able to dress up this much and come for the event? That she would have rather stayed at home and called and said, oh, sorry, I cannot make it to your event because my father-in-law passed away. So, and that whole conversation went on, and then Minne was like, you cannot put me down because my father, because her father-in-law had passed on, does not mean that she will not be able to attend the event and all of that. So just kept having that back and forth about why she should come, why she should be dressed up and all of that. And then the next thing is just Susan to carry the matter on top of her head, like she's selling what I don't know. She said, well, I have to talk because Sonal is my best friend. You cannot come here and decide to throw shade and expect that everybody will look at you. You shouldn't even be here. And all of that whole conversation started. They just started talking as in arrogantly to themselves. And I'm like, wahala, what is happening here? What is happening here? And next thing is that Susan walks away. Next person that follows her is Sonal, and that was how the event ended. In my head, I'm like, okay, now what's next?
So wearing fake brands,
What is
honey,
fake
okay?
about everything is fake. The woman is fake.
Forgot the ocean. What, Naivasha? Whoa, look at Lake Naivasha, Flamingo. Whoa, I love the feathers.
I don't know what's going to happen next, because from what they're showing next week, there's still going to be a little bit of a fight between Minne and Susan. Like these two, they cannot see eyeball to eyeball anymore because they are always coming after themselves. So let me know in the comment section what you think about today's episode of Keeping Up, or simply Keeping Up with the Real Housewives of Nairobi. Are you going to be missing Maria? Maria will no longer be a particular of the show because she has left. Like she says she has retired from the show. I think I will miss Maria because I wanted to actually see that medical part of her. She shouldn't have given up because of one misunderstanding she had with one of the housewives. She should have just persisted and see how far it will take her to. After it's going to promote her, people are going to see her, it's going to promote her brand as well. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Dr. Maria did the right thing by retiring? Let me also know what you think about the other housewives and all of that. So I'll see you in my next video, which will be coming up tomorrow, which is the Housewives of Abuja. Have yourself a lovely day. Bye.